Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be twisting our hair with the Exy 10-inch Afro Kinky bulk human hair. Now it comes 5 in a pack and it comes also with 3 crochet hooks, as you guys can see. In today's video I will not be using the crochet hooks because I believe that is for the dreadlocks. I'm just going to be focused on using this kinky human hair to do the twist. Now when I tell you that this 5 bundles can give you a full head, you better believe that this is 30 grams per bundle and it's actually a lot. Now for the sake of today's video, as always, I will use the jam, homemade hair butter and homemade hairspray. These videos can be found on my channel as well. So let's get right into today's video. As always, when braiding either box braids, twists, full locks, you can choose to straighten out your hair to make the process a lot more easier and faster, or you could choose not to. In this case, I am not straightening the hair. I just went straight into the hairstyle. But what I am using is my homemade spray, which is helping me detangle her hair, because as you guys can see, she has a lot of hair and she has really kinky hair. I wanted to do something a little different with this hairstyle. In as much as it's twist, I didn't want it to be your everyday kind of twist, so I decided to give her the triangle shaped instead of the box. So as you guys can see, I go ahead and I section out my triangle and then I divide it into 3. This is to make sure that the hair is completely detangled before I go ahead and start braiding. To make things slightly easier for me, and also I feel like this gives it a more seamless look, is to start with the 3-strand braid and then you proceed by dividing the braid into 2 and then crossing each strand over the other. You continue twisting all the way to the end. Now I did notice that with this hair, because it was 10 inches, I had to continuously add hair, and also the client has a lot of hair, so I had to add sometimes 2 and sometimes I had to add 3 at once, just so the braid can look full, the same size, and I could braid all the way to the end. Now I understand why the natural hair girlies usually twist their hair with human hair. This is because it gives it a more natural look. Because her hair is black, the hair that I'm using is black, they're all human hair. You get it? It has a more natural look, so you wouldn't even know where her hair stops or where the extension ends. Again, it has a softer feel, it's super lightweight, it's less itching and irritation, and it's a longer lasting style. Another thing to keep in mind is the fact that you can reuse the hair, given that it is human hair. It's also less tangling, more natural movement, and last but not least is the fact that it has better moisture retention. Those are some of the reasons why you should consider using human hair for your twist. And where else can you get it except Exy? I have to say that their customer service was definitely something to be talked about. They replied really quick, they answered your questions, and they were ready to help. That's definitely something to note, because sometimes some companies, they take so long to reply. Another thing that I have to talk about is the feel of this hair. I love the fact that it did not tangle at all, which makes the braiding process so much easier. And something that I did not think about until I used this hair is the cleanup process. It was so much easier. I didn't find hair lying around my carpet days later. I was able to pick up every single thing from the floor. Another thing to keep in mind, which is what most people worry about, is the smell. Honestly, this hair didn't really have any weird smell. To me, it smelled like hair, and and that's funny. But yeah, so that's another thing to keep in mind. But for those that feel like they usually get irritation, itchiness when they use any hair, including human hair, you can go ahead and wash before using it. So in all, I will leave all the information to this hair in the description for you guys to go ahead, purchase and use. I hope you guys are able to follow along in this braiding process. Honestly, when it comes to twist or any hairstyle, you can make it your own. As you guys can see, I am incorporating some cornrows, just trying to make it look so much more stylish instead of your everyday twist. You can also use this hair to cornrow your natural hair if you do not want to use pre-stretched synthetic hair. Now let's talk about the caretaking process of this protective style. Most times when people have protective styles in, they ignore their hair because they feel like that's all they have to do. But we need to keep in mind that we still have to wash the hair, because when we oil moisturize the scalp, sometimes we have product buildup, which is why it is recommended, well, sometimes to wash your hair at least every 2 weeks or every week, depending on your hair, right? As I mentioned earlier, you also have to oil, moisturize, cream it, and make sure you are taking care of your scalp. Now, something that most people don't consider is that you actually have to drink a lot of water. Most of these things that we put on our hair to make it grow, when we eat it, it works so much faster. Now, if you take care of this hairstyle, it should last about 2 weeks, 3 weeks tops. That's if you take really good care of it. In my personal opinion, I believe that this hairstyle is definitely a low maintenance hairstyle, because the two main things that it requires are mousse and a sheen spray, because you don't want it to look dry. Again, you have to take care of it as if it is your natural hair. So you don't want it looking dull, so you want to make sure that you cream it, you moisturize it. Remember, your hair is also entangled with the human hair. We are almost to the end of today's video. I did not know that it would take me this long to finish this hair. It makes me wonder how long it takes people that do it very, very small to finish. And all in all, I love how this hairstyle came out at the end, and I would definitely recommend you guys using this hair from Exy. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comment section if you like putting your hair in twists, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.